Let's first check in with criminal defense attorney Eric Schwartzreich, who is standing by. Eric, you're a criminal defense attorney. You've no doubt had many hard conversations with your clients about how to move forward, especially when there are co-defendants. It complicates things. This case, they separated the trials. They were never together, so they never had to go through a motion to sever or anything like that. But I just heard the prosecutor say what I believe to be either she aided and abetted Houston Tanker or she did it herself. Can you think of any reasons why what happens at this trial and case is going to impact when Houston Tanker goes forward to trial in August?
Listen, the quieter the mouse, the longer it lives. And what I mean by that, there are a lot of stories here. What was said, what was not said, what was said to the police, what wasn't said to the police, what was said in those text messages, what was said in court. And the absence of the co-defendant, he is going second in this trial. So he didn't cut a deal because the first pig to the trough often gets fed. Karina is going to trial first. So he's sitting there, he's listening. I'm not so sure that he was aware that the defense was going to be throwing him under the bus. That happens a lot. Defense attorneys do that. They blame someone else. So is this going to have an impact on what happens in his trial? It depends. I mean, perhaps there's a conviction here. I don't know if there will be, and they use her to testify against him in his trial, or perhaps he changes his strategy, or perhaps he gets angry and convinces his lawyer, listen, they threw us under the bus, and now that defense is probably going to be throwing her under the bus.
Wow, that's a good point, Eric, that he likely did not know. Inmates can't talk. They can't coordinate unless you're Monica Simontelli and Robert Baker. They, no doubt, after they got arrested, could not have coordinated what was going to happen. And we didn't really know what the defense was going to be until opening statements of this trial. So now it would definitely be too late for him to try and strike a deal. Do you see him trying to point the finger squarely on her, especially now that we have her testimony on the record?
I think he might. I mean, we all got an October surprise here. I've been following this trial, and I did not expect from what I've been reading that was what the defense was going to be. And you might expect that he's going to do a similar type of defense. It was her, not me.
We will see what happens there. In terms of the defense, when they shift gears in this case, because we're anticipating that we're going to hear the rest of the closing argument when we come back from break, but where do you think the defense needs to go when they start their closings?
I'm reminded of the Billy Joel song. I'm dating myself here. Sometimes just a fantasy, it's not the real thing. The text messages, the conversations, the damning evidence that's there, that it was fantasy. And you heard some testimony about that from Karina herself when she took the stand. So I think they're going to say that she was under his dominion, his control. He's a scary guy is going to be the argument. And she felt like she had to do this. And all those text messages, fantasy, not reality.
The fantasy defense, that's what we anticipate. That's a little bit of what we got in the opening statement. Eric Schwartzreich, thanks so much for joining us all the way from Fort Lauderdale, Florida.